Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, or Chakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Much peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. You brothers and you sisters wholeheartedly waiting upon the Lord Yahweh to send his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, to deliver us from this captivity. To I say Shalom. So this is going to be an in-transit video through the Spirit. Exhortation. And you know, when we read the scriptures talk about a tribulation that's going to happen in the last days. And within that tribulation, you know, you're going to have a lot of death. You're going to have a lot of people killing. You're going to have a lot of people starving. You're going to have a lot of people just really catching hell. You know, scriptures talk about that this day is going to be like a day like never before. Jacob's trouble, Daniel 12:1. And, you know, we're preparing ourselves for this because when it comes, and it will come, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, tells us, lo, though it tarry, wait for it, it will surely come. It will not tarry. When these things come upon the earth, it's going to be a matter of faith, right? Do you trust and believe in the names of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai? And will you stand strong and firm for that name? Because there is a reward. A reward is coming for those who have stood stiffly for the names of the Lord. And all those who have taught against the true names, you know, who have taught against what the true mark of the beast is, who have taught against the true doctrine according to the scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Those men will not receive that crown of life. You know, when you go to Second Ezra, the 2nd chapter, it talks about, you know, the men who stood stiffly for the names of the Lord, right? They were clothed in white and received palms in their hands. And they received a crown. They received a crown from Yahweh Shai, man. You know, Yahweh Shai crowned them. So this is something we should look forward to, man. Like, a crown is symbolic for rulership, symbolic for royalty, symbolic for being highly exalted. Right now we're at the very bottom. We're in the lowest state. We prophesy in sackcloth. You see? But in that day is when we will be glorified. Right now Jacob is looking for that glorification in this kingdom. They want to be praised. They want to be accepted. Right? So they trim their ways. You know, scriptures say, why trimmest thy ways to seek love? You know, you separate yourself from the truth, from your true heritage, and you conduct yourself in a way like unto the heathen, so that the heathen will, you know, tolerate you. And they still don't tolerate you, man. Especially Esau, they fucking hate you, man. So this is not our rest, right? So within this walk, we understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has set it up to where there's going to be certain men who are going to stand stiffly for the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And right now, it's looking like the men of GMS. You know, no matter how much shit people talk, it's looking like the men of Great Millstone, starting with our elders and apostles and going down, are standing stiffly for the name of the Lord, for the names of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, when you go to Revelation, the 14th chapter, it talks about a sealing. Let's read it real fast. Salaki, my allergies is messing up. Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads. This goes back to the seal. You know, and really you need both names. You need Yahweh and you need Yahweh Shai's name, because you cannot get to the Father but by Yahweh Shai. He said, "Lo, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me." Right? So you have to call on Yahweh Shai, pray to Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai goes to the Father, man. He's our mediator. He's our high priest in the heavens. So our high priest, our mediator, who is our judge, our deliverer, he's going to come back and change his elect, starting with the 144,000, the innumerable multitude. You read Revelation, the 7th chapter, it tells you of 12,000 from each tribe, sealed. 12,000 from this tribe, 12,000 from that tribe. And then you have, when you go to the 9th verse, it talks about the innumerable multitude. You know, you got a lot of people that don't understand the scriptures, and they will associate that innumerable multitude with the 144,000. That's not the case. Those are two separate numbers. How can you say there's 144,000 and then you can say you say there's an innumerable multitude? That's that's numerable, if that's the case. So the innumerable multitude is the men, women, and children. Salaki. It's the men, women, and children, man. The 1/3. Give me 1 second. Now my nose want to act up. So yeah. So that innumerable multitude, 144,000 men, and then you have the innumerable multitude, which is the men, women, and children who are part of the 1/3, right? The 144,000 is a part of the 1/3. When you go to Zephaniah 13 and 8, it talks about 2 parts therein being cut off and die. That 2 parts is the Israelites who are unwanted. You know, the scriptures call them dross. Let's see. Ezekiel 22 verse 17. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. Now, the definition of dross: something regarded as worthless, rubbish. You see? Rubbish or worthless. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, power, because ye are all become dross, worthless, rubbish. Behold, therefore I will gather you into the midst of Jerusalem, and as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace, to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. And this is talking about ultimately the destruction, man. The Lord's going to lead 2/3 of the nation of Israel here in America to be burned, and they will be consumed by that fire. But what, when you go back to that Zechariah 13, it says that he will bring the one part through the fire. You see? It's going to bring that one part through the fire. So they're not going to be left. They're not going to, the elect is not going to be left to burn, man. So, hey, we got to keep fighting. Keep pushing. Because there's shit. Jake in the world, man, they ain't got it. They ain't got it. And they're not going to get it. If you have it now, hold on tight, man. That one too. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride, man. It's the Bayumian coming out. But it's going to be a bumpy ride. So, hey, buckle your seatbelt. Hold on tight. And stay strong and firm in the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The scriptures say that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. When you really truly believe in the Lord, and you believe that His name is Yahweh, you believe Yahushua's son, His son is Yahushua, you believe in those names. That's the beginning, man. That's truly the beginning. When you fully trust in those names. Otherwise, if you do not, why are you in this thing? That's why a lot of these men ended up falling out, because they didn't truly believe in those names. With those names come a certain doctrine, a certain teaching. When you read the book of Acts, the Jews, the chief priests, the scribes, and the Pharisees, the wicked scribes and Pharisees. When you got the apostles and men teaching in the name of Yahushua, they got pissed, man. Because with His name came a doctrine. It came a understanding. It came a lifestyle change. It came with a new man. And with that new man, you refrain from doing certain things. So a lot of those wicked scribes and Pharisees, they were losing money. They were losing their following because of Yahushua. So you got a lot of men who want the fame for themselves. They want the glory for themselves. They don't want to serve Yahushua. They don't want to worship Yahushua. But guess what? The scriptures say every knee shall bow. Every tongue shall confess Yahushua is Lord, man. He is over us. So all we have to do as men of hopefully elect, as men of the Lord, keep fighting, man. Keep pushing. Fight the good fight of faith. Don't allow the things in this world to choke the word. So I'm ended there. I just wanted to make something real swift through the Spirit. I pray those that are finding faith boosting. I want to give all praises again to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Chakadash. Shalom.